And it was just one after the other. I'm really bummed. I was
Mm.
hoping to meet you. And then it slowly went into, you know what? You're not that pretty anyways.
Oh my God.
Since I've had my son Grant look at the photos and
Yeah.
he's like, nah, it's AI, mom. It's AI. And I'm like, no. You start dating it from potential. And because of that, you are constantly in this chasing mode. And it's never fully fulfilling. All the naysayers, right? Like you're like
Mhm.
in your face because this boy can sing, right? And he plays the piano and he just sings straight up. Mwah.
All right. Welcome back to Gru, and thank you so much for coming on and being my guest again today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. It's always a good time.
Definitely, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
The first question I want to start out asking you, like, we're gonna jump right into your shows, your podcast. But before I jump into that, I wanted
Mhm.
to ask you, like, what inspired you want to start like doing these? Like, what made you want to put your face out there on video and start doing the podcast?
That's a good question. I told you kept looking at myself up there. So apparently I just like looking at myself. That sounds terrible, but not the reason. So I was married for like 20 years and then I got divorced about 9 years ago and
Mhm.
not coming out, but coming out after being married for so long, the world was different, the dating world, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know anything about the dating apps and how to meet people. And honestly, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. I'm going to be, dating somebody immediately. Not the way it went because it's just so different,
It
right? So
is.
it became like intriguing to me what people are doing and how, what my experiences were. I started going on dates and I just had these crazy dating stories. And so then I would go back and tell my friends, and then we'd go to, they'd have people over and they're like, hey, Andrea, tell them about that story. So I found myself constantly telling these dating stories over and
Oh,
over
wow.
again. Yeah. So I was like, what could I do with these? And people were like, you should write like a blog. Blogs were in at the time, or vlog, I guess. And I was
The
like,
vlog, yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, I just don't think that it's going to get the inflection that I need or, like the reaction um, of some of my stuff. So I was like, what would be fun would be a podcast. So I
Sure.
literally, yeah, I like wrote out my entire script that I was going to say. And sat in my closet with my headphones and I had it all set up. And then I was just like, like reading it. And it was like almost therapeutic, like it
Oh,
was a
wow.
place for me just to kind of talk about it. Nobody was talking back to me, nobody was disagreeing with me. It was just an opportunity for me to say what I wanted to say. And so I just kind of went from there and I ended up starting, my own, like, through a network. I just started doing it myself and uploading and it just kind of took off. So that was exciting. And so here I am 3 years later. This is from Mrs. to Ms. because I have two now, but from Mrs.
Yeah.
to Ms., yeah, 3 years later, I'm almost about to hit 200,000 downloads. And
Oh my God, that's
I know.
incredible.
I'm so excited. And, I've had some incredible guests. I've had awesome conversations. And it's still just a place for me to talk about these crazy men out here that it's hard. It's hard. It really is. It's interesting, but I've learned so much, right? Like just growth because of all the stuff I've gone through over the last few years and learning how to date without being anxious, without being
Mhm.
attached,
Mhm.
without, losing myself or abandoning myself. And so all of that was just an experience and growth that I'm still learning every day, but it's been fun.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
and and that makes sense, like the name of your show from Mrs. to Miss, because
Yes.
when you're married, you're Mrs., and then when you're single, you're Miss, right?
You
That's
got
where
it.
it
You
came from.
got it.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. That's it. So yeah, it seemed pretty straight up. My daughter-in-law actually gave me that. I never really credited her for that. So we're going to say it now. My daughter-in-law, Jenna Rose, gave me, she was like, I got a name for you. And it just felt like it fit, like you said, because I was like going from Mrs. to Ms. And what's that like?
Mhm.
So it's been very well received, which is exciting. It's also in the top 2% globally. So that's
Oh my
exciting.
God.
I'm not trying to brag here, but I'm going to brag.
Whoa.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
That
That's
really
exciting.
is. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's wild that you even think about that. I mean, because there is a million podcasts out there.
Oh, I know.
I mean, there's a lot that are in the top 2%, but it's there's a lot, and I've been consistent with it. There's an episode out every single week, and I think that's the key. So I'm proud of
It
it. Yeah.
it definitely is. Like you have to have something out like every week. Like
Every week. You are
if
only
you
as good
skip
as
a
your last
week,
episode.
then yes, exactly. If you skip a
Yes.
week, there, like you said, there's like a million other podcasts out there,
Yeah.
and you
People
skip a
switch.
week, and they're going to watch another one, and then they're going to forget about yours.
Yes. And I struggled with it. My mom passed away in December, which was
Yeah.
a tough time. And, with that, it was the first time I took a break from the show in 3 years because I couldn't connect to it for some reason. And I felt like, I kept going, okay, I'm going to come back this week. And I just
Mhm.
couldn't. And so finally, it took me about 3 months. That's the first time I've taken like actual time off from it in the last few years. And I just felt that it was okay. It was
Oh
okay
yeah.
to do that and just be in the moment and grieve losing my mom, but then come back with like, hey, let's really talk about, what she wanted for me, which was to find my person, right? Like that was her
That,
whole goal, was for her daughter to be happy. So that's what this year is about dating intentionally at this point. So,
okay. And,
yep.
and and like you mentioned, like you've had a bunch of different horror stories when it comes to dating some crazy men.
Way to tie that in with Grew Room. I mean, come on, Mr. Horror. I like it. That's how we tied this in, didn't we? We were like,
Right?
yeah,
Yes.
had horror stories.
Like the crazy ones that you dated is the ones that make the podcast like more interesting, right?
Oh yeah. And the stories were definitely better in the beginning because I was just like blown away, right? So then I'm like, really paying attention to these dates and remembering them so I can talk about them on the podcast. So, and I really showed my immaturity, we'll say, or my inexperience. Let's say my inexperience with
Yeah.
dating. If you listen to the episode Jack in the Box, that's a lot of people's favorite episode of all of the things that I did wrong that night and on that date. And it's a no wonder that I came out alive out of that, but I lived
Oh
to
my
tell the
God.
story of it. I mean, can I say, am I limited what I can say on here?
No, no, yeah,
No?
yeah. You can do
Okay.
whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to say I had the guy who told me to eat a bag of dicks.
Oh
And
my God, are you serious?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was interesting because he was very he was very interested in going out, and then we had matched online, and then when he sent me pictures like a day before the date, I'm like, you don't look like you did online, which is big, right? The catfishing. So I'm like looking at him and
Mm,
I'm looking back and forth, and I'm like, something is off. And it was just like, I don't want to go out with him. But I wasn't in a place where I felt like I could say to him, hey, listen, you don't look like you did, and I don't want to go out with you,
exactly.
right? So I had to just kind of come up with something. And so he ended up actually canceling the date like about an hour before. I was still laying on the couch, not even getting ready, if that tells you how much I didn't want to go. And yeah, he had a flat tire. And Rocco, I was like, okay, great. And so and so then he said, how about Tuesday? Again, I was given an opportunity to say, you know what? And I didn't, right? Because
Hmm.
I wasn't ready for that. And so I was like, yeah, Tuesday. Well, Monday comes and I think, I don't want to go. And so I messaged him late Monday night. I came up with some excuse about my kids being sick. I couldn't get out of it. And I woke up to this like an array of text messages that started out. This is my horror story. It started out very nicely, like, "Oh my gosh, I understand. I hope they feel better." And it was just one after the other. "I'm really bummed. I was
Mm.
hoping to meet you." And then it slowly went into, "You know what? You're not that pretty anyways."
Oh my God.
And then it ended with, "Eat a bag of dicks." And and I'm thinking, where do I get those? Uh, that's all I'm wanting to know. Do I get that at Costco? Is that like
Yeah,
normal?
right.
Like,
You could
are
walk
they
up
coming
aisle
hard?
5 and see a bag of dicks.
We're out of bag of dicks on aisle 5. Let's restock. And Andrea's like, yes, please. So, as you can see, I have no filter. Because these stories are how they happened. And I think
Mhm.
that you need to experience them how I experienced them to get the
Oh
full
yeah, for
effect.
sure.
Yeah. So that's what you're getting today.
No, but you're so right with the catfishing on apps.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on so many dates with men. For some reason, it's with the men. Like I've been on so many different
Hmm.
dates with men, and when I show up, I'm like looking for the guy,
You're
and
looking around the
they're
guy.
they're like waving, and I'm like, wait, who the hell's this?
I know. I know. And I don't really understand the point of it. And I've had a couple that actually didn't even show up because obviously they weren't who they said they were. And I don't really
Mhm.
understand the point of the catfishing. Like, what is the ultimate end goal? I don't know. Is that just somebody who's possibly married, right? That's looking, or in a relationship that's just experimenting, seeing what can happen. Somebody who is super shy or doesn't look like they say they look, right? So they're just trying to talk to somebody and they have no intentions of actually meeting them. I don't know. It's weird. Although I did have one recently that I was talking to. I can't say for certain that he was a catfish, but where the story went, I do think that's what it was because he was like an orthopedic knee surgeon, like super
Oh wow.
attractive. Yeah. But since I've had my son Grant look at the photos and
Yeah.
he's like, "Nah, it's AI, mom. It's AI." And I'm like, "No." And yeah, Grant knew. And very quickly into the story, the guy kept asking me if I was ticklish. And I'm
Oh
like,
no. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I
yeah.
see where this is going.
Yes. And I veered away from it every chance I got. And he kept bringing it back around and ended up saying it's like a fetish. And he likes to go to tickle events and they hold you down on a cot, a tickle cot. There's a name for it.
Events.
And they tickle you. So I don't know. This is, thinking about that, I mean, an orthopedic knee surgeon, what is he doing when people are like under anesthesia? Is he tickling them? I don't know.
No,
Or
right?
was it a 12-year-old kid I was really talking
That's
to? I
true.
don't know.
That's true too.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
God. And, and, and I
well,
don't know how it is like with the straight world, but
yeah.
when you're trying to like hook up, when you're trying to go on a date with a guy, like this happened to me countless times. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking to the guy and they don't have like a picture up of themselves. And then I'm like, all right, well, I want to know who I'm talking to. So
Talking to.
can you please send me a picture? And they sent me a
Yes.
picture of their dick, not their face. And I'm like,
Really?
that is not your
Oh, now I
face.
know.
Like, I'm like, that is not your
Not your
face. I didn't ask
face.
for that.
I am not a fan of unsolicited dick pics. I will tell you
Yeah.
that. It is not, I think what people don't understand, and again, this is in the straight world, not in your world, but like that is not an attractive piece of apparatus for
Mhm.
me, right? Like it has a purpose. Has a purpose. But we're not like women are not, as far as I know, all sitting around going, "Oh my God, right now, if I could see a picture of a dick, I would be so happy." We're not doing that. So I don't know why they send it. I don't get it.
It's it's crazy. Like I was just trying to put a face to the person I'm talking to, and that wasn't the face I was looking
You're
for.
looking for. Yeah, I hear you. Good
And
point.
like like how do you feel now? Like even what your son Grant was saying, like how modern dating is and apps, and now with chat GBT
Oh
and
my gosh.
AI, and you never
Yes.
know if you're like really talking to the
Yeah.
person now.
Yeah. Well,
It,
I have to
it's
believe
scary.
it's very scary. I have to believe it has gotten worse, because you don't know who you're talking to. The
Hmm.
pictures you're looking at could be AI. I mean, I even asked that person, he sent over a first picture, thumbs up, and I was like, "Hey, send me another one, like thumbs down." I mean, I try to think of the only way I could probably really confirm that is if I said, "Hey, write my name on a piece of paper and hold it up in a picture," right? Because that they wouldn't be able to do, I would assume.
I
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
I think they might be able to do that.
Oh God. So all my options are gone. So yeah, I don't know. And then also just chat GPT, right? Like you could be talking to somebody who has no communication skills, yet they appear
Hmm.
to be having this wonderful conversation with you, right? And then
Exactly.
you meet them in person and there's nothing to be said. And that's,
Hmm.
that's disappointing. Yeah, it's not helping us at all. It was
No,
hard
it's not.
enough. It's hard. It's hard online dating. It's hard.
Oh no, I know it is,
Yeah.
and even like not only with dating, like I feel bad for people like Grant because music now, like the
Yeah.
AI is slowly like starting to take over music, and people like
Yeah.
Grant who work hard on their music is, and
Hmm.
it, and then you get like an AI person that is on there for like a second, and they're putting like
Yeah.
bigger songs out. Like
It's
it doesn't make
crazy.
sense.
It's really a sad time for that kind of thing. And he and I talk about that a lot because
Hmm.
he puts in the work, he puts in the
Oh,
time,
a
his
tremendous
work
amount of it.
ethic, his drive it's unsurmountable. And I'm always like so proud of him for that. But the frustration that he feels on his side, and he's not one to really show it, right? Like he'll just keep
Yeah,
going. He'll keep going,
yeah,
which is why
definitely.
he's going to make it. But you
Oh, yeah,
know,
for sure.
yeah, yeah. But it's saturated out there with people trying to make it, right? And then now you
Hmm.
add in the AI and you add in, people can create songs through Chat GPT. I mean, he's
Hmm.
writing them from his heart, his feelings, his mind, his experiences. And so that's not even happening anymore.
I know.
I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know. It's a really, really tough place to be.
Oh no, it
Yeah.
is like music, films, like the
Yeah.
actors are starting to feel it now. Like they're complaining
Yep. They're
because
coming out with AI actors. Yeah.
yeah, like the AI actors. Like, what kind of
Actors.
world is this?
I don't know. And where does it stop?
I
It,
know, I
I feel
know.
for my kids. It's
Yeah,
scary.
definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well. Speaking of like actors, I see you're a big fan. I still have to watch the show off
Hmm.
off
Campus.
campus. Like I was looking, and I see you're a big fan. So is it like a hockey like love
It
story?
is. So I
Okay.
think it probably, Heated Rivalry came
Yeah.
out that did amazing, right? And
Yeah.
all about hockey. So I don't know. This actually, I do know that Off Campus was started back in 2010 and it's based off of books. So I'm sure that was actually before Heated Rivalry, but probably felt like a great time to bring it out, right?
Gotcha.
Um, it was an interesting find. It's a college show. It's not necessarily for me, but I found it very entertaining. And, for so many reasons. Okay, so the obvious reasons there's very attractive eye candy on there. They put both
Of
men and women.
course.
Yes. So they suck you in with that, right?
Yeah. Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
but then the storyline it had been done before, but it was still intriguing enough to pay attention. But what I loved about it is they really hit on topics that are really prevalent today. They talked about sexual assault. They talked
Mm.
about, physical abuse between a father, a son, or a parent, a father or a husband and his wife. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
They talked about communication was like a huge thing. How the main couple even got together and it was huge, and kind of watching them progress. And then there's tons of sex scenes and all kinds of sex talk and things that they showed to make you feel like, wow, that's really an interesting take on that, or how they went about it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, when I watched it, and my girlfriend, who was also on the episode with me, she watched it, and we did a whole recap of the show. Like, let's really talk about this. Like, what was
Nice.
interesting and exciting, right? And so that was last week's episode that was out. And then this week I had, which I don't know when you're putting this out, but it was, what are we in? July, the middle of July, right?
Hmm.
So we had an episode come out on Tuesday, and I had this girl, Taylor Carr, on there. She's a muse. She's a relationship and dating expert.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and she's been on my show before as well. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she's very, very, I'm saying experience, and I don't want that to sound the right way, but she's been out there in the dating world and she's worked with a
That.
lot of clients, and she has a really good grounded grasp on what dating should look like. And in our time today. And so I just found it very interesting to chat with her because she's in her 30s. It was a different take on it. So we brought her
Mhm.
on to give her take on our take. And so that was fun. But she's lovely. It's a really great episode, and the way she sees things, she sees it from a different lens than we did. So that was really cool to see that. So people
Oh,
should go
wow.
watch both of those episodes if they like the show. We tear it apart. So
All right. There you
yeah,
go.
you should watch it. It's
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
Hmm.
And one of your videos I saw you did, I love what you saying about like finding the one person, but
Mm.
don't be chosen, and you have
Don't
to
be
choose.
chosen.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that
And
was such a very like good video. Like it's definitely
thank
like
you.
very inspiring for someone who's like looking for that one and is putting
Yeah.
their like whole heart and soul out there.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I think that is again a journey, right? Like you're going to go through a time in your life where you are chasing, chasing, chasing. And I'm speaking from experience here, right? And especially coming out of again divorce, because I speak to a lot of women that are coming out of divorce, midlife, or tragedy or heartbreak just from breaking up with somebody. And so you're feeling neglected, you're feeling lost, you're feeling down on yourself and like you're not worthy of finding somebody. And so when you meet somebody and you're probably at that point in your attachment state, right? Where you are like clinging to whatever comes to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so when they do and somebody shows you a little bit of attention, you're like, oh, this feels so
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah.
And so now
Yeah.
you're like attached to them, and then they're like, whoa, I was just telling you were pretty, or something. And you are like going, I want to marry you. I want to, you know what I mean? You're feeling that. You might not be saying it, but you're thinking, and you start thinking and dating off of potential. Immediately you're thinking, oh, I could picture myself with this person in the future. Oh, we could have such great, beautiful babies. Oh, we could have a white picket fence and a dog. And so you start dating it from potential. And because of that, you are constantly in this chasing mode.
Yeah.
And it's
Definitely.
never fully fulfilling, right? Because they're not reciprocating it the majority of the time. They might be giving you what I call breadcrumbs. They're just giving you just enough to keep you hanging on and hoping that they're going to call you, that they're going to want to see you, that things are going to progress. And that is an unbalance. You're running after them and they're running from you. And it's just like not, yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard, right? And that's
It is.
that's
It
a
is.
lot of the attachment styles of you when you match up with somebody who is in a more secure attachment and you're in your anxious attachment, that's really hard to navigate. So yeah, so my video kind of came from me feeling like, wow, I am finally in a place that I feel is secure. I'm not chasing anybody. I want to be chosen. I want somebody
Yeah.
to see me and recognize what I bring to the table and like what kind of relationship this could be that I am dating intentionally. And they're like, I love this. I want to be with you. I want to pursue this. Like, how amazing is that? Right? Like,
Oh,
that's
sure.
cool. Yeah. So that's what I was just trying to say to everybody. It's worth the wait. If you can wait on that, like you're going to save yourself a lot of heartache if you just know your worth and you let somebody choose you. So it's good stuff.
I don't know.
Yes.
There's been a couple times where like I go out on like a few dates and I'm like, oh, I'm already like planning like, oh, we're gonna go here this week, we're gonna
Yes.
go here this that, and then they're
And
like,
then you don't hear from them.
yeah, yeah, and then
Yeah.
the texts don't get read, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're feeling, then you're feeling worse had you just
Hmm.
taken a moment, right? And been like, okay, let me just be realistic about this and not be sending them, two, three texts in a row like, hi, how are you?
Yeah,
You just got to recognize what's happening. And as hard as it is, you got to just take a step back and just, your personal calm. That's what I truly believe. If they're meant to you or what's meant for you will not pass you by, right? And so we just keep,
that is true.
yeah, we just keep believing in that, and it's not easy. I'm not sitting here going, oh, it's so easy just to wait for them. It's not, right? You get lonely and you get bored, and I was doing it. I was dating perpetually because I was like just lonely, bored, wanted to go out with
Oh,
anybody who asked me
for
out.
sure. For sure. Yes.
And then
Yeah.
that became empty too. So
Hmm.
yeah, you got to find yourself first. Love yourself, and someone is going to just drop into your lap. Yeah.
That that's awesome. Like I like that because like I mean I'm the same way. Like there's days where I'm sitting there. I'm like, ugh, I said I wish I had someone. I said I'm tired
Yeah.
of being single and this
Single.
and that and then you're like, oh, is anyone ever gonna like me?
I
And you start
know.
getting those doubts. Yeah.
You do. You do. And you
Mhm.
just have to believe, yes, your person is coming. The right person for you is coming. And you just got to be a little bit patient. I'm not saying not to go out on dates and still try, have a good time, have some fun, but just take the expectations off of
Oh
it and
yeah,
just enjoy the moment, you know? It's a good time.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And what do you think about like are what do you think about like the apps? Are you more of a do you like the apps or do you rather like just go out somewhere and meet someone or I mean
That's
because I mean it's harder now just to go out and meet someone, so
it
that's why
is.
they got the apps, I
Yep.
guess, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's not like it used to be. I mean, you used to go in, you could be in a bar, you could be at the grocery store, right? And
Yeah.
having, you're seeing somebody's eye while you're, feeling your melon. I was gonna say, I was really picturing like a melon, where you gotta like feel how it is. That was bad. And you're like you're feeling that moment, and then there's no other way to do it back then. So somebody comes up and they're like, hey, can I get your number, or start chatting, and would you like to go out? And with that, it's like there's not that anxiousness again of thinking
Hmm.
that they're talking to a million other people, or that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to go out on this date with them and it's just one date. And then if that works, you're going to go on another date. It seemed so simple, and it's become so complicated at this point. But I don't know. I think those days are behind us. People aren't going out like they used to. People aren't
No.
they're not approaching like they used to because they don't have to. Everybody's face is in their phone all
Oh
day
my God, yeah.
long, right? Like you
Yeah.
can't even catch a guy or a girl's eye at this point because you're like, hello, do you see me? And they're not even looking at you, right? It's hard. And I'm not a fan of the dating apps. For multiple reasons. I do think there's a couple things that I do like. I like that you could meet somebody that you may have never met otherwise, right?
Hmm.
Because it allows you to put your radius in a certain range.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
allows you, when you travel, it travels with you, certain
Yeah.
apps, right? So you show up
Yeah.
there. So I like that. I like that, it gives you the opportunity to meet a lot of different people, kind of put in your filters and what you are interested in and kind of narrow that down. So I like that. That's about it.
That's
Other
about it.
than
That's as far
that,
as it goes.
yeah, because again, it just goes back to you don't know who you're talking to.
Hmm.
Pictures don't end up often looking like them.
Exactly.
People are saying exactly what you want, what you're hoping they'll say. It's difficult. And I also know that a lot of people, they swipe aggressively. They might, because of the algorithm and the numbers on that. I mean, they could swipe right on 100 different people. And out
Hmm.
of those 100, maybe what, like 50 will actually acknowledge. I mean, it's probably lower than that.
No,
It's probably
no, you're
20
right. You're right.
that will
You're right
actually
about that.
swipe back. And
You're
then
right.
out of those 20 or 30, like maybe 10 will actually have a conversation because a lot will swipe and they just sit there. They never say a word.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Yep.
have the conversation,
Yep.
and out of that, you may have five that you actually plan a date with. Three of them may actually show up, and one of them may look like their photo. Uh, so I think we all need to be swiping on 100 people, is what I'm saying, to get one.
No,
Really,
you're
right?
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really hard. And then also if you are really narrowing your filters, which I do,
Mhm. Oh,
because I'm
same.
specific. Do you do too?
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. And they try to tell you that, like, leave it a little bit more broad to welcome in other choices. But like for me, I'm 5'9". I'm a tall girl and I enjoy dating a taller man, or at least where
Mhm.
I'm at, you know? And so when you put your filter, I don't know if you know this, but if I put my filter at 6 feet tall for a man, that narrows it down to 14% of the population is 6 feet tall.
I didn't
So
know.
every time I go an inch higher, 6'1", now that's narrowing it down again. So I am missing out
Wow.
on 86% of the men out there because I'm being so picky, selective. But it's also a preference, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's really hard. So I've had to lower it a little bit down, open up my filters a little bit. It's not easy because I put on 2 inch heels and I'm taller than them.
That's
So I
true.
have
Yeah.
some people are okay with that. It's not for me. I like to feel very feminine and like, like my man has got me. And it's been a controversy on my own from Mrs. to Ms. Instagram page. There's a clip on there of me talking to a dating expert, Erica Etten, and
Mhm.
she is asking me about my criteria of filtering to tall men and what it is about the tall men. And I went on to say that I do feel more feminine with a taller man. It's my own preference, right? Because I'm tall.
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
flack that I got on that. And I was like, I don't understand that because people are saying they want a brunette or they want big boobs or they want, you know what I mean? Like brown
True.
eyes. Why can't I say tall? And let's be real, nobody's asking for the short, dark, and handsome, right? Like
That's
that's
true.
it's a
That's true.
saying. Tall, dark, and handsome is a saying for a reason. So I didn't believe it. I'm just sticking with what I want, and that's fine.
So what makes you swipe right on a guy? Is it the height?
Well, I mean, there's got to be a little more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, it does lean me a little. I think it's what everybody's looking at, right? The first thing we see is their photo. So, of course, it's going to be, am I attracted to him? Is there something that pinged inside me that made me go, oh, he's cute, and that will be the first thing. And again, I used to swipe. That was like my first indicator to just swipe. Yeah, he's cute. Let's go,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then that's where I found I was, chasing the wrong person because I wasn't looking for substance. I wasn't looking for compatibility. And I was basing everything off of chemistry. And
Hmm.
so chemistry doesn't return your text messages.
That's true. That's
Right?
true.
Yeah. And so I had to like navigate through that. So then it started to be, okay, yes, I look at the pictures, I find them attractive. Now I'm going to actually read their profile, see if there's something that stands out to me that, intrigues me or we have in common
Hmm.
or something more I want to learn about. And then from there, if we actually match up, then it's based on the conversation that we have there. And
Yeah.
I pretty much I have like two questions and a statement on there. Like I don't have time for a pen pal. That's not what I'm looking for. And you want reciprocity. So I want to have a conversation that feels like we're getting to know each other, like not like
Mhm.
I'm interviewing you. You
Yeah,
know what I
exactly.
mean? Because
Exactly.
if I'm talking to you, Rocco, and I'm like, hey, what do you like to do for fun? Which I hate those questions, but if I said that,
Yeah, yeah.
what do you like to do for fun? And you're like, oh, well, I like to, I like to go sailing sometimes, or I like to just hang out at the beach. Sometimes I surf. I enjoy movies. And then it's silent. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay. And so then I'll come back again. Oh, you like sailing? I mean, have you sailed before? Did you grow up sailing? And you're just like, I did. I actually grew up sailing with my dad. Okay. And I'm thinking, wait, am I in an interview? Am I interviewing you right now? Like, what is going on? Right. Like, and what is
You're
it for
right.
you?
You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is it for you to say? what do you like to do? Or you can just go,
Mhm.
you? Question mark, So if I'm going to go two questions, they're going to get, and they do that, I'm going to go, cool. Yeah. And you'd be surprised at how many unmatch me. Or if I say,
Oh my
oh
God.
yeah, or if it just sits there and they say, ask me nothing, and then sometimes I get annoyed and I'll go, nothing. You've got nothing to ask me, not one question, and then they unmatch me. Well, that's messed up.
Oh
Because
no.
that's that person thinking I'm the problem here, right? Like not really being real with themselves and going, oh my God, yeah, I could have asked her a question. Like, thank you for pointing that out to me or showing me where I'm not showing up in this conversation. So I don't know. You just got to get real about it.
You
You got
do.
to not accept the bullshit. That's what it comes down to. And you know what? Because it's not going to get better. You can't have a conversation with me now. What is it going to be like later, right?
Oh, I know.
So take the data. That's what I say. Take the data and run. Yeah. It's
And
good questions because you're really getting my true feeling on this.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And your second show is something I know absolutely nothing about, menopause. How did
Yes.
that come about, and what is the episodes about?
Okay. This is a change up. We're changing it up. Okay. So this one, and it's okay. You don't know about it. Yeah, it's okay. At some point, no, you probably won't because if you're going to be with a man, you probably won't. So you don't even need to worry about it. But for those listeners out there that are actually, if it's a man that actually has a wife, a girlfriend, a partner that they want to know more about, and they're like, I do not know what is going on with her. Her head is spinning around like she's the exorcist. There's reasons behind it, which is menopause. And so my second podcast is called Menopause Love Lounge. And I created it about a year ago. I didn't know what it was going to be about, to be honest. I woke in the middle of the night thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have a podcast with multiple women? And I thought, I've done all these interviews with these incredible women that are so valuable, right? And they have so much insightful information. What if I could get a handful of them to join me on a podcast where we just shoot the shit? We're like, and the listeners are like a fly on the wall, right? Like just
Yeah,
listening to us.
yeah,
And yeah, and I pictured it to be kind of like The View or but like visionary wise like the Brady Bunch, how they have the boxes of everybody. And so that's how I kind of pictured it. So I woke up the next morning and I just went through my people that I knew and I was like, she'd be great, she'd be great, she'd be great. And I reached out to 5 women and they all said yes immediately, which is
awesome.
like that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what that was really like to me like wow, you guys are trusting me with something,
Well, yeah, exactly.
and yeah, and feel what's the word I was thinking? This is menopause that's kicking in right now, brain fog. That they just felt something with me that they want to join me in this. So we kind of came together and we came up with a great topic that we felt was really relevant and is like hot right now. Like women are talking about this everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're all going through it. We're ages 45 to 62. So we were all going through this. Yeah.
No. Wow.
And so it's just basically, I mean, for those who don't really know, menopause is a woman's body that just changes constantly. Like when we say we got the short end of the stick, Rock, I mean, come on. And it can start as early as in your 30s. And so a lot of women don't really know what's going on with their bodies. And you get hot flashes, which is kind of like, just so you understand what we're going through, you could be sitting there, I could be having this conversation with you, and all of a sudden I can feel it coming on as if I did a shot of tequila and it's like
Oh my
burning
God.
up. Yeah, it burns up inside you, and you feel your whole chest go red and you get sweaty, and you are like finding something to fan yourself. It'll last maybe 2 minutes and then it's
Mm.
gone. And then it's gone, but you don't know when it's coming or when it's going, and it just comes out of nowhere, right? And then you start, but at night you can get like these hot flashes and sweaty, so when your sheets are sweaty, it's such a gross feeling. That's like pretty normal. We get brain fog where you just can't remember. Things just disappear. And it's not like when you forget something and you're like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can think it. Mm-mm. It's not even in the vicinity. It's nowhere to be found. And you're just like, I don't know. I don't know what I was even talking about. So we get brain fog. We get angry for no reason. Things just, tick us off for no reason all the time. I know our body changes. We gain weight that we can't get rid of, like around our mid waist. And I've had people saying they get itchy ears, their hair is falling out, they're so forgetful of everything.
Mm.
It's crazy. It is crazy. And so when you're getting it earlier on, a lot of women don't even know that that's what they're experiencing. They just think something's going on, like something's wrong with me. They lose their sex drive. There's just so many things that happen. And then you're not even to menopause yet, because menopause is really this lot of information for you, but 12 months of not having a period. That's it. That's when menopause
Oh,
is.
wow.
Yeah. So you have perimenopause, which could start in your 30s till whenever you don't get your period for 12 months. And then you're in postmenopause and the symptoms just continue. But you can get on, there's hormone therapy patches, there's different things that you can get, estrogen and progesterone, that will help to level it out, because that's what's happening. Your levels are unbalanced. It's crazy. So anyways, that was a
Wow.
long-winded answer, but
Well, no, like I know what it is, and oh my
now
God, like
yeah,
that's
it's a
insane.
lot. It's a
That
lot. And then
is.
it's really difficult for a lot of women, as for men, because 73% of men out there don't even know what is going on with their partner when they're going
True.
through that. So
True.
it's become a topic that is not only that we're talking to women, but we're also talking to men, like, hey, join us in the lounge and listen to what we're going through, because you can use that to understand your sister, your mother, your girlfriend, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't need to be that it's a partner. Maybe your sister's out of control and you can kind of understand that better. So yeah, we do a weekly episode. There's 6 of us, and we just have so many different topics that we go through. But we do it as a conversation. It's not an interview. And we're very
Hmm.
raw and authentic. We tell our own experiences. And then we always play some fun game at the end. We have a legs wide open segment where we just put it out there, everything, we play some fun game. And I host it. And these ladies have joined me for like just this incredible journey. And it's doing very well. I mean, we've doubled our numbers from first season to second season.
Damn.
We're just finishing our second season and we're already recording the third. And so it's great. I love it. It's great. It's a lot of work, but it's great.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
that is a lot of work, though. Like you're running 2 shows, you're running
it's
two
crazy
podcasts, and you're putting out like
every
videos
week.
every week on both podcasts.
Uh-huh. And
Like
I'm editing them.
that's hard. Like that's
I'm
really hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm all doing all the editing, the social media. Yeah. Yeah. And so they all have their roles, there are things that they'll do, but this is my baby, right? So I'm doing like the majority of it because I know the potential of it. This is where I will say I'm going off of potential, um, because it's a place for women to feel heard and
Yeah,
seen
definitely.
and
Definitely.
safe. Like they can say anything because we are. So it's pretty cool. So it's Menopause Love Lounge everywhere
Oh, wow. Okay.
on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Not as
And
fun, but as dating stories, I mean, but it's a good time.
well, well, yeah, like you said, especially for for women who don't know what their body's going through, and the men like me who don't know what it is,
Yeah.
like that's like a
Yeah.
perfect show to
It's just
watch.
knowledge. It's just
Yeah.
knowledge, and we have a lot of fun. And we've done actually a couple episodes where we've had men guests on there that really are able to talk about, what it looks like. Like we'll talk about masculine leadership and like how that plays into the role of, as women, what we're going through, and can
Hmm.
we then handle this, a man, our partner being so masculine when we are in our, we're being extremely feminine. Or we did a whole episode on erectile dysfunction. I'll tell you that it's one of our best episodes actually that
Oh,
did the
wow.
best. And it gained us a lot of male listeners, which was
Really?
really, really interesting. Yeah, because then they're hearing it from a woman's perspective, like how that is for us. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, wow.
Good
Wow.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
definitely is. And just recently, like you went on a full tour with your son, Grant.
I
And I want to
did.
know how that experience was for you to
Oh,
actually, because I know Grant did like a couple shows here and there, like
mm-hmm,
around California where he lives, but
mm-hmm.
never. I don't think he ever went on
It was
like
the
a full
first
blown
tour.
tour like this.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and you went with him, and like, how was
Yeah.
that experience like for you?
Yeah. So funny you asked me because as I was getting ready for this, I was thinking, oh, I would love to be on tour again. Like it was so fun. It was so fun. And just to make sure everybody knows, Grant Kanoki is his name. And he has, can I just tell a little bit about him if
Of
anybody isn't
course,
sure? Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
course.
He's 23. He's such an incredible talent. He has been dancing and singing since a very young age. He was on Kids Bop, which is for those who don't know or those who have kids, they take songs of today and they make them kid friendly. And they're very well known for their CDs. When he was 10 years old, he started on tour. It was their first live tour. He was the first group. They had 20,000 kids audition and they picked four, and he was one of them. And so he went on tour for 3 years doing, 165 shows and learning to sing and dance at the same time and talk to a crowd of 10,000 screaming kids, and he learned so much about it, the media, how to handle interviews. I mean, he's a great interview,
Oh,
and so, yeah, yeah, he gets it from me. And so he'd probably say the same about me getting it from him. So from there, when he finished that tour, it was like a light went off and he was like, this is what I want to do. And 14, he taught himself how to start producing music and writing music. So he is a full-time singer, songwriter, producer is what he does. He's produced for Victoria Justice, Christina Aguilera. He's got, a lot of things in the works coming up. Adela, he did Superstar for her, which is, phenomenal and doing very well. And then he writes and he sings his own stuff and he dances and performs and plays piano and all of the above. And he's cute and, he's all of the above. And so he had his first tour this year, which
yes.
is, yeah. And so I had the privilege of getting to go with him on his little East Coast tour. I'm his merch sales woman. And God, what a treat. Not only for me to get to be with him, but that he wanted me to be with him.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, um, I treasure my relationships. I have two sons and we're very close, and I love that because, there's a lot of people that are very estranged with their kids
Oh, I
or the
know.
kids, they're so independent. They don't want their parents around. And so anytime he wants me to do something with him, I'm like, yeah. And so we started in Nashville. We went Nashville, Atlanta, Washington, Philly, which is where I saw you.
Billy. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And then we did New York and Boston. And it was a lot. It was a lot of travel. We rented a Sprinter van. We brought the dancers with us, his
Mhm.
manager, and we drove from city to city. And, he put on these amazing shows. He's phenomenal in person. I mean, he's great on YouTube and everything like that, but in
Yeah.
person, and you could answer that, Mark,
Oh,
because
yeah.
watching as not his mom, he puts on a great show, right? Like it's entertaining.
Definitely. Like I remember when I had him on the show, was it now 3 or 4 times,
Yeah.
and I told him if you ever come to Philly, I'm definitely there. I'm
You're
definitely
there.
there. He came to
And you
Philly, and I was
did.
there,
You did.
and
And you
I
got
was
merch from me.
yes, and I got merch, and I was blown away on how good he is live. Because sometimes when you see the people live, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't what I
Yes.
expected.
Auto
But like,
tune.
yes,
Hmm.
the auto tune and everything. But Grant
Hmm.
sang everything live. He played
Yes.
instruments. He danced. He like it was a full blown like
Concert.
great show. And yeah, he's amazing live. He really is.
Oh,
Ring the alarm, it's a crime scene. And if it didn't get caught, what you giving to intrusive thoughts? Put your hands on my body like you know me. We can dance, make me forget about the loneliness.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the same. When he starts singing, I think, wow, he sounds just like he does on, his record. He
Exactly.
does. And
Exactly.
that doesn't happen a lot, right? And again, that maybe
Hmm.
even goes back to the ones we were talking about that are, they have one song that blows up, but they're not really a singer, or or
Right.
they're using AI, or they're using
Or yeah.
autotune. And he does use a track for the majority of his show, but because he's full out dancing with his
Well, yeah. Yeah.
dancers,
Of course. I
so
mean,
he has to, but he's still
because
singing,
you
and
get
he'll
out
do,
of breath if you're going to be
oh
doing all
my
that
God.
dancing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know
So
how he
you
does it the way he
definitely
does
have
it.
to have something in the background because, I mean, if you're
Yes.
dancing and singing,
Yeah,
yeah.
you'd lose it. What would happen, right? Yeah, but it's also, I don't know if people watch it and like, oh yeah, but he's singing to a track. But what I love that he does is halfway through the show, he just brings it all down and he does acoustic on the piano, and
Exactly.
and he
Exactly.
sings "Please Hurry" and "Amnesia," and to all the naysayers, right? Like you're like
Mhm.
in your face because this boy can sing, right? And he plays the piano and he just sings straight up, and so. I love that he does that because it showcases his talent for anyone who wants to be like, oh, well, he's playing a track.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so the growth that I've seen in him, even just on that tour alone, between Nashville and ending, I left after New York, but, ending in New York, um, was massive. The comfortability that he felt up there, the way he talks to the audience. And a lot of that comes back from, like I said, Kids Bop, who really taught him how to do that, but he connects with the audience. And I think that's what's most important. And his fans, I mean, they are just like they adore him, and I know why. Even if he wasn't my kid,
Yeah,
he is something special. He's got the it factor, and
for
I'm not
sure.
just saying this, and it's his time. And he's paid his dues, Rocco. He's been doing this
Oh,
a
I
long
know.
time, and it's his
I know.
time. So there is a pathway open, a lane open for a new pop boy singer. You know what I mean? We haven't really had anything since Timberlake, really, that could
Right.
sing and
Right.
dance and sing pop music, and he is right up there with him. So we're coming. We're coming.
Oh, I know. Like, I remember when we like first start talking, like me, you, and
Mhm.
Grant. Like,
Yeah.
me and you would always talk about like we were both shocked he's not where like the others are at yet, but now
Hmm.
he's like he's climbing
He's
up
getting there. He's
and
getting
he's
there.
finally getting noticed,
Hmm.
and I'm so happy to see that because we always talk
Yes.
about how amazing the Grant is, like his songs and his live performances, and
Yes.
now others are starting to see that.
Yes, absolutely. And he's turnkey. I mean, anybody would be lucky to pick him up because he is turnkey. And yeah, we're manifesting Grammys 2028. So
All right,
all right, putting it out there.
okay.
So to answer your question, it was an absolute blast.
Hmm.
I loved it. The dancers were amazing and a joy to be with. And it was an adventure. I'd do it again in a
Oh yeah.
heartbeat. It was great. Yeah.
And just like the fact that you get to travel to all these different cities and
How cool is
try out
that?
all the different foods and
Yeah.
see all the sights, and that must have been fun just doing that.
Oh yeah. When we went to Washington, I rode a scooter for the first. I've never
I, I
rode
saw the
these.
video. Yes.
Yeah, these
Saw the
bird
video.
scooters that are right outside my door. I've never ridden one, and then I'm like, woohoo! This is a freaking cool. Yeah, and so rode a scooter. We went to. They have the museum that I think it's the Natural Air Car and Air or something museum. It was phenomenal. I mean, it was so cool just to get some days off. Luckily, we had one there in Washington because we went straight from Atlanta to Washington, and I scolded Grant for booking that one because he did a show in Atlanta. We got done at 11 p.m. and then he had a show the next day in Washington. Well, it's an 11-hour drive. So
Oh,
yeah, so we had to
oh, wow.
call in his dad to come help me drive. I'm like, there's no way I can make it, and the dancers and Grant are all sleeping in the back. They're not
Well, yeah,
worried at
because of the
all.
show. Well, yeah,
Yeah, and they got to
exactly.
be ready for the next one. And
Exactly.
so, yeah, we drove all night, all night. So it was a lot, but that is part of it. So a tour bus with a driver would be great
Yeah,
in the
right,
future.
exactly.
That would
Like
help.
like you said, 27, 28. That's gonna come. They're gonna
It's
have the,
coming.
the tour bus, the driver, the
Yes.
whole works.
The whole works. Well, 2027 is the beginning of, we're not going to have the tour bus yet, but we're working on a European tour is the
Nice,
next. Yeah. So he's going to
nice,
do
nice.
Italy and London and all of that. Yeah. So
Oh,
that
that's
should be
awesome.
fun. So a lot of things going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I have to ask, as Grant's mom, like,
Yeah.
are you the mom when men and women are both hitting left and right on Grant? Are you the mother that just stays quiet, or do you like fold your arms and give him the stare?
Yeah, I don't fold my arms, but I look them up and down. I gotta make sure they're legit. Uh, I'm very protective of him, and he's a sweet soul. He's got a really
Yeah,
good heart,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and I don't want him to get taken advantage of.
You're right.
But I love to watch how people react to him. There was actually a girl in, I think it was Washington, and she ended up showing up late because she was playing tennis or something, and the match went over, and she had bought VIP tickets, right? And she didn't make it. Yeah, she didn't even get there till like the actual show was a quarter way in. And so after the show, they came up. She was there with her dad. She was maybe 19.
Mhm.
She came up with her dad and she asked, she was buying a sweatshirt, and the dad said, just as I would, oh, we missed the VIP. And I'm like, oh my God, I made sure to give them their lanyard, and they got, their stuff, whatever that came with the VIP package.
Well,
And
yeah.
yeah. And so I said to her, I said, hold on, this is after the show. So Grant was in the green room, and I said, let me go see if I can get you to meet with Grant and have him sign your sweatshirt or whatever. And she looked like I was going to have her meet Brad Pitt. Or like how I would have looked if somebody was telling me I was going to meet Brad Pitt. She was like shaking, and she couldn't even talk. And so I went back, to get Grant, and we brought her into the green room, and Grant said after that she was like she couldn't even talk for the first little bit. She was so
Oh,
starstruck. And I just love that. I
yeah.
love that. It's so cool to have somebody feel that way about him or see him in that light. It's
Mhm.
really, really cool. But yeah, with the dating things, I don't know. He kind of, yeah, we stay separate on that, I guess. I mean, he hears all my dating stories, of
Yeah, yeah,
course.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's great. I mean, I'm sure that's where he got a lot of his songs from in the beginning before he started dating. He's like, let's use mom stories. Eat a bag of dicks. That's really what happened. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. And is there anything else you would like to plug, promote, talk about?
Yeah, we have a book, a children's book. I'd
Oh,
love
that's
to talk
right. That's
about
right.
it.
Yes. Yes, that's
For
right. I
you
forgot all
got some
about that.
parents with kids listening.
I know.
Uh,
I know. We went from eating a bag of dicks to a kid's
Thanks
book.
to kids book. I mean, we're soup to nuts here. It's all right. Yeah, I Grant and I wrote a children's book. We It was always a bucket list for me to write a children's book.
Hmm.
It's like the weird things that you think you want to do. Like I've always wanted to like own a bakery, but I don't bake. It's like one of those things, right? And I was like, why would I want to write a children's book? But it was like a bucket list. And so we decided to kind of write one together, and we came up with the concept, which is pretty much his story.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so it's kind of just talking about a little boy who tried all these sports, which Grant did, and he's doing everything wrong, putting the ball in the wrong hoop. He's like picking daisies, playing soccer. That was Grant. And then in the story, this little boy runs off into the forest because he's all sad, and this magical pair of dance pants starts talking to him.
Oh,
Random.
Oh my God, I love
Yes,
that. I
love
love
that.
that.
And so they tell him like not to cry, like put on a smile and dance a while. And so he puts on those pants and all of a sudden he can dance like he never knew he could dance. And so the story goes on where he is just so attached to these pants and then his mom puts him in a dance competition and when it comes time for him to go out on stage, the pants are nowhere to be found. And so he's got to go out in his normal clothes and he's, freaking out and he just has to do it. And he goes out and he dances like he'd never danced before. And the crowd is
Oh,
wild, and his mom comes out, which is me. Oh,
yeah, yeah, that's you.
look what I found in the laundry, your pants. And he says, you know what, mom? I don't need those anymore. It was never the pants. It's me. It's my passion. It's in my heart. And so it's like such a sweet, like heartwarming story, but it's also his story. And when he was young, we used to call him Grancy Pants. And so how befitting, right? And so we called the story Grancy Pants.
Oh,
Yeah. And so that's what it's about. And it's a beautiful story. And you can get it at grancypants.com, GRANTSYPANTS.com. And you can get a signed one. You can get it signed by him and me. I'll sign it. It's signed by me too, but he's really important. And
it has
yeah.
to be signed by you too, because you're the
Yes.
mother in the
I'm
book.
the mother, and we wrote it together. And yeah, I sell it
Exactly.
at the shows. I mean, they sell out at the shows, which is great. And it's just a really, really good story. And so, yeah, it's neat to say we wrote a children's book together and it's been published and it's on Amazon, it's in all the stores. I mean, so it's really cool. It's exciting.
I love
I
that.
know.
I love that.
Thank
That's
you
so
for letting
awesome.
me talk about that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the last thing I'll ask you is where could fans follow you and your podcast and everything else?
Yeah. So the podcast you can find, my website is www.fromMrs, the number 2, ms.com to keep it easy, or menopauselovelounge.com. And that's all the same for Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's all the same. So they can find me there and lots of great, great episodes to listen to. I mean, it goes back. There's 150 something episodes that they can go back and listen to. And then, of course, the book is at grancypants.com. So that's where it's at.
Awesome. Well, thank
Awesome.
you again for coming back on. Like I always love
Yes.
talking to you. I love talking to Grant. So
Yes.
you and Grant are two amazing people. Like you and Grant are like super cool and super nice. And I even saw the video where I know where Grant got his dance moves from. I saw that video of
It's
you
about
shoving
time
Grant out of the
everybody
way
knew.
and dancing. And so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so now I know where Grant gets his dancing
Oh
from.
yeah, I make him do it. There's probably about 5 or 6 actual dance videos of him and I doing them together. And I go to his house, we'll go to a movie, and then I'm like, let's do a dance. It's fun and it's received well. And I need him.
Mhm.
I need people to know where he got those skills. I mean,
Of
it's important.
course. Of course.
Important.
Like all the skills came from mom.
Except the singing. Except that. Can't hold a tune. But it's good. Thank you for having me, Rocco. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You're so sweet, and it was such a treat to get to meet you in person. And I know
Yeah,
you have so many great things going on right now. With your movie that you're
I
working
know. I'm so excited
on.
about that.
Very,
Yes.
very exciting. Please make sure to send me the link when it's out or however it's going to come out.
Yeah.
I'd love to check that out. So
Thank you so
thank you.
much. Thank you. Like
Absolutely.
I'm having a blast with it. Like we're actually at the final stages of filming it, and then it goes into
Wow.
editing and post
Yeah.
production. Like I should be done filming it by the end of next month, and then it goes into post and editing. And
Oh my God.
I'm
Bucket
I'm
list, right?
I'm crossing my fingers that it does well because I'm
Yes.
sending it to the festivals first before
Oh,
like finding like a streaming thing.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. I'm
so
rooting
yeah,
for you.
I'm really looking forward. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you again. Like I said, I always love talking to you. Like you're so awesome. So thank
Oh,
you.
you got it. Anytime. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.